Imagine you wake up, brush your teeth, wash your face, and hopefully your ass. And you put on your uniform or suit, whatever you feel like. I'm not stalking your socials. You drive to work, somebody cuts you off, you give them the middle finger. You call them a couple bitches too, you know, like typical people do. And the rest of your drive was uneventful. Eventually, you finally park. You send a few texts, you know, look at a couple toxic tweets, and you walk into work. And as soon as you get in the elevator to your floor, boom! You forgot about bills are due. That you filed your taxes and you was expecting a refund, but guess not, it's not happening no more. Your ass got a tax bill now. And also that speeding ticket you got back in February is still due. And you're trying to save some money on your car insurance. My bad. That got a little personal. But what am I talking about? I'm over here rambling and shit and you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that show called Severance. It's on Apple TV. You know, the one that people month and get a new email and keep signing up and keep signing up and keep signing up. Yeah, that one. Yeah. By a show of hands, who's seen Severance? For the people who have not seen this show, you're in luck. This is spoiler free because I actually want you to watch this. I'm not even joking. But as for the other people, would you get severed? Because I'm not going to lie. It sounds very tempting because it sounds like there's some pros and some cons. One of my pros is that it sounds like a mental health break from life. Or is it breaking? But I'm not going to go into details on that one. It's a little wicked. The next one is kind of like a pro, but yes, I will have to admit, the full and complete factual origins of the company is still being explored. And it's still a little wicked and the structure is a little bit different than what I'm typically used to. I worked in so many different factions. But hey, isn't that how all companies run like these days? No? Okay, I'm keeping going. Yeah, if I worked for Lumon, my any person wouldn't really care less because it's work and I get rewarded with a paycheck, which I hopefully get sent bi-weekly. Thank you. Plus, I don't have to stress about work at home. You know, and think about how my Tinder profile's dry. I finally got a hit, got slid up on my date, or even worse, catfish. Ooh, frightening. And my work mind is ready to be molded and to be a modeled employee. Don't get me wrong. I'm great now as my supervisor. Plus, my Audi wouldn't care much about what's going on with the company anyway because I'm getting money. Now, if my paycheck's short, I'm about to roll up to the headquarters and beat some ass. But other than that, nothing's really a problem. And plus my Eni and my Audi personality, they can work together. Eni does his job at work, Audi goes spend that money, and at the end of the day, teamwork makes the dream work. Now onto the cons, because there's a bunch of cons. First, I'm not going to remember the details of my Audi's life, such as the friends that don't make it out the vacation group chat, family members asking for money, kids talk about look at this, and significant others crashing out in the news because Kanye be saying some dumbass shit for attention and he has that naked ass wife everywhere. It's getting on my nerves. And why are these cons? Because I don't have to talk about work all the time. I can talk about these topics. Next, what if I had a workers' comp claim but my Audi don't know? What if I get discriminated against at work? Guess who's not getting a lawsuit? Lumon. And on top of that, Sunday season is upon us. And what if somebody asks me a wild question talking about, oh, do I have a bakery? I need my coins. How's Lumon going to handle that? I ain't gonna know because my Audi gonna be told some BS. Also, what if I want to go to happy hour with my co-workers, you know, to network, build connections? Well, that's not happening because of the leaving procedures. And another thing, back in one season, I noticed that Lumon doesn't really like people wandering the hallways. What is this, elementary school? Can a bitch get a hall pass? And lastly, one thing I despise the most, if you go against the rules or do something that Lumon doesn't like, you go to the break room, and it's not really a break room. My Eni's getting hoed in there. And I don't appreciate that, but all in all, this is just my quick take. And if I skipped over some things, which I know I did, please let me know. The whole process looks interesting, and it's so many different layers that I have not uncovered because I really want people to watch it. Would you consider the process? And if so, why? And if not, why not? Like, comment, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and also a special announcement. Ain't no special announcement. I love y'all. Bye.